are back with another episode of the Winning Shot Podcast. It's your boy, John. I'm here with my man, Collin. I got Hunter with me, man. We got a great episode planned for y'all this week. I'm super excited. We are doing a recap of Wildcard Weekend, NFL, as well as the divisional preview matchups, man. So I am super excited to get into all these recaps as well as this previews, man. But first, what we're going to do, got a new segment. We're calling it our opening rant of the week. Where we just kind of just go off whatever we're feeling for that week. So this week's ranter, first up, Mr. Collin Edwards, man. How you feeling, brother? What is your rant for the week? Talk to us.
Listen, y'all come close, man. Listen, there is a time in every relationship, whether you are male or female, where you will look at your partner and you will say these words, "They not the one." And you will be looking at them and y'all can continue to be with each other. Y'all can continue to go on dates. Y'all can continue to have sex. But guess what? There comes a moment where even in the midst of feeling good, in the back of your mind, you're going to be like, they not the one. And you can continue to have that feeling. But once you have that feeling, you need to go ahead and end it. Because the longer you let things linger, the harder it's going to hurt. That's where Mike Tomlin is right now with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all been playing around too long. Y'all going on dates. Y'all have had good moments. Y'all even went to a Super Bowl and won it. And y'all have had great memories. But right now is the time where y'all need to end it. Because for both parties, y'all are just elongating something that was meant to sever ties. And the longer you continue to go, you're going to continue to let stuff linger. And when it gets hard and you don't have a winning season, now it's going to hurt harder. Mike Tomlin has taken you on dates and he has sold you winning season after winning season. But everybody, boy or girl, y'all need to talk to your partner right now. And you need to ask this question. Where are we going? And if you look out into the clouds and all they're selling is winning seasons, then you can be happy. But sooner or later, you're going to go to bed just wanting more because you know that you were meant for more. You were meant for Super Bowls, Pittsburgh Steelers, and you are settling for winning seasons. Mike Tomlin has made you happy for this long, but how long are you just going to like somebody instead of falling in love with the one? And Mike, you've been settling with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The GM has not surrounded you with great talent. Y'all are still living in the 80s, traveling after the best player on defense. You've got TJ Watt. You've got Minka Fitzpatrick. You've got Cam Hayward. But guess what? You suck. You suck. Because Derrick Henry did whatever he wanted to do. Lamar Jackson did whatever he wanted to do. And the thing that y'all pride yourselves on, defense, doesn't work anymore. The thing that made y'all happy, oh, Mike Tomlin was such a great defensive coach. Oh, he made me happy in the beginning. We had the top defense in the league. Well, now you don't. And how long are you going to let it linger when you know it's time to end things? We've all been there. You're settling for comfort. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be in the coaching search. You don't want to be like these other teams where you're risking having no good coach and having losing seasons. Well, sometimes you need to make the move. And Mike, you've been playing long enough. It's not working anymore. You've tried Kenny Pickett. You've tried Russell Wilson. You've tried Justin Fields, but it hasn't worked. And I promise you, Mike, don't cry. Don't cry. Because once you break up with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 50 seconds later, you'll be getting a call from 10 teams in the league, including the Indianapolis Colts. Because you're a great culture shifter and you promise winning seasons. And some organization is going to fall for your scheme. You promised me a winning season. But right now, you need to leave the Pittsburgh Steelers because it's best for both parties right now that the longer y'all let this continue, you'll be happy going 9-8. Oh my gosh, we went 10-6. Oh my gosh, we went 11-5, and then you suck in the playoffs. It's not worth it anymore. What are we? We're playing games, but we're too grown to keep playing these games. And I'm sick and tired of it. I watched that playoff game, and that was piss poor. That was piss poor, Mike. And you, Mike, I'm looking at you. At halftime, they asked you what was the problem. And the first thing you said, you didn't say anything about the Pittsburgh Steelers. All you said was Lamar Jackson. You know you want a different quarterback. You're settling with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know that there are finer women out there, but you're settling. And you could go and have Caleb Williams right now. You could go and have another quarterback. You could go and have Justin Herbert. You could go and have a top 10 quarterback, because I promise you that there are teams that will get rid of their coach right now to have you. So how long are you going to let it linger? It's time to break it up. And I'm here to tell y'all Steelers fans that y'all can continue to think that y'all contenders, but y'all can play this game in the regular season, but you suck. You suck. Because that was a piss poor performance on all ends. And I don't care that TJ Watt was hurt. I don't care that Cam Hayward went out. You suck. Y'all are terrible. Y'all have nobody on the offense or defense that I fear. And the one person that I think is good is a diva in George Pickens. Because every time he makes a catch, he cannot contain himself without celebrating. Y'all are down 21-0 and he makes one big catch and he's acting like he won the game. Shut up. Sit down. Because I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of watching y'all live in the past, because the same thing y'all say about the Chicago Bears, y'all doing the same thing. Y'all still living in them Terry Bradshaw years. Y'all still living in them Ben Roethlisberger's years. It's over. It's over. Blow it up. Blow it up. Because the longer you let it linger, it's going to hurt you in the end. Y'all are too grown to keep playing like this. Y'all been sleeping with each other too long to keep playing like this. Y'all grown. Make a commitment. Break it off and go find a better coach, and might go find a better organization. Start from scratch. Try something new, because I promise you, if y'all break it off now, y'all will both be happy in the end, because you'll find somebody that you can be linked with that equates to your skill set. You'll find somebody in a minute. In Pittsburgh, eventually y'all find a coach that's an offensive coach that will steer that offense, because right now y'all are not even the second best team in your league, in y'all's division. The Ravens clearly are better than y'all. And the Bengals have a better roster than y'all. And you better pray to God that the Browns don't find a quarterback, because y'all will be fourth in the division for the next decade, because y'all suck. And y'all don't take chances. And y'all are cool with having winning seasons, but the winning seasons don't do anything. I'm done with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all need to break it up. And I'm here as the love doctor to say this ain't it. They're not the one. I don't care that y'all won a Super Bowl. Just because you go on good dates, just because it's great sex, doesn't mean that they're the one. It's over. It's over. Y'all purposes aren't aligned, and y'all are not equally yoked. And y'all will continue to settle for mediocrity when y'all are built for more. Y'all standard used to be Super Bowls, but now it's winning seasons. Soon it's just going to be going out there and playing like all of these bottom tier teams in the league. I'm done, man. I'm done.
Yeah! What a rant. I mean, I hate to feel this too, so I love every minute of that. Woo!
Yeah, they pissed me off.
That was good. That was good, man. That's a perfect segue as we get into this wild card weekend recap. I guess we can go ahead and start right there with that game. My Baltimore Ravens took out the belt against the Pittsburgh Steelers, beating them 28-14 in Baltimore. We were actually the second of 6 wild card games this weekend. Man, oh boy, it got real bad. Derrick Henry, 26 carries for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, he had 2 touchdowns through the air, one of which before the half was elite Lamar Jackson. MV3 Lamar Jackson. In his bag, Lamar Jackson. And, there's a lot of skeptics out here saying, oh, the Steelers might get y'all because it's a divisional game. Oh, the Steelers might, you know what I'm saying? Shut up. We came out there and said, move your hand. Move your hand. You think you'll come to my house and beat me? It was 21-0 at half. 21-0 at half. Like Collin said, they had no heart. We took it away. We said, come here, son. Let me tell you something real quick. You thought you was the big dog? Let me show you something real quick. Belt. Then they scored at the half, and they was celebrating so crazy like they was about to win the game. Derrick Henry only went down and ran a 44-yard touchdown right in front of y'all face. It went absolutely crazy. Man, give me your thoughts, man. Ravens Steelers. What did y'all think of that game right there?
Bully ball. That's what that was. Bully ball. Pittsburgh couldn't stop the run. Lamar
Yep.
came out there running the ball.
That
Derrick
was-
Henry out here stiff arming Minka to the other state.
Back to Pittsburgh with you, buddy.
Bruh, he tossed Buddy, bruh. Like, that was a 6 stiff arm.
Yeah, insane.
They just came out and bullied them, bro. Like they couldn't stop the run, bruh.
Yep.
Couldn't stop the run, bruh. Couldn't do nothing on offense, like we talked about these previous weeks. They ain't been doing nothing on offense. What did they do in the wild card game? Nothing on offense.
Couldn't get nothing going. He got real bad, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Y'all took care of business, man. Y'all
It feels good. It felt so good. Not only did I make some money, because somebody decided to bet me that we was going to lose to the Steelers on Wild Card Weekend. Thank you, cousin. I appreciate you for my free bread. A free come up. And then I got some more free money because I had Hunter brother. He talking about some, man, let's go ahead and bet. I said, put it on the floor. I need that. I need it. If you don't give me free money, I'm going to take it every time. That's my open invitation. Anyone else wants to bet me on the Ravens in the playoffs going forward, please hit my line, hit the comments, and let me know because I love free money. So thank you. Collin, man, what you thought? Any thoughts on that? I know you had a whole rant on it, but do you have anything else you want to add to that?
Man, the thing that really pisses me off is that after halftime, them boys were actually driving. And I'm just like, I don't understand Arthur Smith, the OC. Like, is it Russ? Is it the OC? Is it the coach? I'm just confused. And then the biggest problem is when you look at the majority of the roster, they're actually old. So it's not like they're getting better. I just feel like they're not making the necessary adjustments in order to keep up with the contenders. I think people got fooled and delusional with that 10-5, 10-6 start because they were beating up on sorry teams. I'm questioning their ability to contend with the Chiefs, contend with the Ravens, contend with the Bills. And I feel like if they're comfortable settling in mediocrity, then it's like, what are we doing here? And I feel like Mike is not. We've had this George Pickens stuff happen all season, right? And it's like Mike has had this history of divas at wide receiver, and some of that is on him. It's like, man, what are we doing? Are you developing your players? Are you getting better? And it just seems like it's the same old. And we're celebrating mediocrity. I'm just not having it no more. I'm done talking about Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm done.
All right. Can I add something to that though?
Go ahead.
I don't think they have a roster to compete with those top teams.
Right.
No, they don't.
Which is why I said, Hundo, it's a mutual breakup. From my perspective, it's like we don't have those killer bees anymore. There's nobody on the roster where I'm afraid of, offense or defense anymore. So it's like, Mike, what are you doing? I wouldn't even want to stay in Pittsburgh. We're doing the same thing with a mediocre roster.
Yeah. Hey, when them boys came out throwing the ball and Freiermuth dropped the first pass, I said, dang, he ain't learned nothing from last week, bro, when he dropped that last pass, bro. I'm like, bro, like this is how we starting the game? Just gonna drop a wide open pass, bro? I said, okay, yeah, I see how this is going. And then, like, you look at it, like, they didn't try to run the ball. Like, I think Najee might have had, like, what, 7, 8 carries, maybe? I don't think he ran the ball that much.
Nah, they couldn't run it. It was down too much.
I mean, yeah, but, like, still, like, those opening drives, like, those first couple of drives, like, at least try to get him the ball, get him involved. It just was – and then they put Fields in. I'm like –
try to get a play? Yeah.
Like –
yeah, I don't even think he ran the play he came in. Najee had wound up having 6 carries for 17 yards.
6 carries?
Yeah, 6 carries. Warren had 2 carries for 6 yards. And then Russ had to run for 3 carries.
And that's what Arthur Smith is known for, though. He's known for running the ball.
Yeah.
Like they brought him in. They brought Cordell Patterson in with him.
Yeah, and Cordell didn't touch the field.
Yeah. But still, like, he's known for running the ball. You don't try to run the ball.
For sure.
Like, come on, dog. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if they just threw in the towel or what. Like, but yeah. No fight, no dog,
none of that.
Nothing. They just laid down.
They really did, bro. They really did. I was watching the game, man. And once again, as an avid Steelers hater, you probably won't find a bigger Steelers hater than me. Honestly, I know Collin's rant was diabolical, but mine probably would have been a little bit worse. But I'll say this, bro. I haven't seen a Pittsburgh team look that bad under Mike Tomlin since I've been a Ravens fan. like I was watching them play, and it was I'll give you one key example. It was a 2nd and 20, and Lamar rolled out to the right, really with no pressure on him. Rolled out to the right through the Tylan Wallace, who is 15 yards behind the sticks, and wound up getting the 21 yards on that play. And it was crazy because not only was there a corner there, but they had 2 safeties just watching him, like pull himself towards the line, and they waited till he got there. And I was looking at like, your bags are packed. You already called your travel agent for Cabo, for Turks. You're not trying to win for real. And I was cool with it because I was like, forget the Steelers. I hate these boys anyway. But, you know, as someone who also respects the rivalry and respects the game, I was like, dang, like y'all have nothing to give right here. Sucks, man. It sucks to be a Steelers fan.
Right. And it's over, Rick Wilson. It's over.
Oh yeah, Russ time is done. But this is the thing, though. Honestly, the way it's looking right now, because they went into the playoffs, they don't have an opportunity to go get anybody else. So they're almost stuck with Russ for another year, unless they decide to go full-time Justin. Now, of course, you can go out and go get a Sam Darnold. You can go out and go get a.
I mean,
Kirk might be available if they can trade for him.
Kirk don't want no person. Kirk don't want no person. AFC North. No.
This is what I'm saying. At what point do you rip the Band-Aid off? Like, yes, you can go get these guys, but it's only going to afford you another winning season, and you're going to be bounced in the first round. Rip the Band-Aid off. Suck. It's okay. Like, admit that your roster is not good enough to contend and rebuild. We're glorifying these winning seasons, but it's like, I would rather have the Andy Reid route where he started losing at the end in Philadelphia, and then they fired him, and then you clearly see it won for both parties. Yeah. Philly's good and Andy's good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you think that there's a scenario where go ahead, make your point.
I just don't know about ripping the Band-Aid off because they do have the defense. Like, you still have Minka. Like, those are 2 key pieces. Yeah, are you gonna trade them?
I mean, I would think about it. I would think about it because what else you gonna do, John? They're only gonna get more expensive and older. And I think people are looking at Watt and Minka, but it's like the rest of their defense is terrible. Like, I'm just looking at the corners; they can't cover anybody. Run defense,
they don't have no corners, and Joey Porter is a penalty machine.
Yeah, I mean, they just got him because his daddy. We being real.
He's not.
But I think he's not terrible.
He's not that bad, bro.
He's not terrible.
He's the best Pittsburgh got offered. No slight to Joey, but I'm just saying because we know his dad was a famous Steeler, like they went and got him. Like, but he is not panned out. He hasn't panned out. We're just being honest. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of their other pieces are not good enough. We just got to be honest. Like, we're sugarcoating a problem that is going to continue to linger, and it's going to be the same old. Like,
I just don't know if the Steelers will ever be that organization that's just going to be like, we're going to be sorry. Like, I don't think that's their identity or like.
They got too much pride for that.
Yeah, bro. Like, they're not just going to lay it down and be like.
Well, they already laid down, but they're not.
They're not about to be out here winning 3 games. Like,
I don't foresee that. At least not as long as Mike is there. Now, once again, back to Colin's point, they get rid of Mike. It's all everything's in. You know what I'm saying? Throw the chips in. It is what it is at that point. We ought to be all in on the reboot if we get rid of Mike. But shoot, once again, I don't really care that much. Keep losing. Keep losing, Pittsburgh. Y'all suck.
So y'all talked about Russell Wilson and Fields, but like, what do you think they need to do at the quarterback position? They're both upcoming free agents. What do y'all think they should do at the quarterback position?
I don't know, and I don't care. No, seriously though, I really don't know what they're gonna do because, like we just discussed, your options are few. It's literally Russ, Justin, Sam, or Kirk. Or you try to go get, I don't know, maybe we'll get JJ McCarthy or Daniel Jones. I mean, your options once again are limited. You'll have limited options. Or do you go find a young buck from somewhere, or you try to draft one in the 2nd or 3rd round? Because you can't go get one in the 1st. That's gonna be worth your time. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know.
My only thing with those quarterbacks, it works with a team like the Vikings who have the weapons. Steelers don't have the same story. You need somebody to get you over the hump with nothing. They don't have a quarterback on the market right now that can do that. You have no options.
And they probably thought that Russ was going to be able to do it, but
2016.
Go get some receivers or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Even Joey Porter, like even if you want to develop him, I'd rather you develop him with other pieces that are also young. Know where you are and just say, hey, we're recruiting. It's okay.
That's true. That's true, man. I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting to kind of see what happens going into this offseason for them boys. But as for now, man, enjoy Cancun. Enjoy Cancun. Let's move on, man, to this next matchup. One that actually happened earlier in that day. And that surprised the heck out of me. I gotta be honest, because I picked the Chargers to beat the Houston Texans in Houston. But not only did that not happen, the Houston Texans took out their belt and said, hold on. Y'all thought we was finished, huh? Let me show you what happened when you go to sleep on me. Go ahead and go get in the bed. I'm gonna cut that light on, pull the covers back. That's exactly what they did. Houston came out here and really showed me something. Once again, I didn't think they had in them because of all the images that they had, especially offensively. I thought that their offensive line was depleted. I didn't know if they'd be able to protect C.J. Stroud against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. But shoot, the game went opposite of exactly what I thought. C.J. Stroud was 22 for 33 for 282 and a touchdown with one pick. Joe Mixon had a crazy game on the ground, 25 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown. Nico Collins had another crazy game, 7 receptions, 122 and a touchdown. And then the opposite happened for the Chargers. Justin Herbert came out terrible, 14 for 32, one touchdown on the fluke, and 4 interceptions, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 picks. 4 picks for that man, Jay Herbo. They couldn't get anything started on the ground. They had JK for 9 carries, 26 yards. Ladd was their only bright spot as he's been this entire season with 9 catches, 197 yards on that long touchdown run and then 1 touchdown. Talk to me, boys, how y'all felt about watching that 32-12 butt whooping but the Houston put on the Chargers, as we all picked the Chargers to go into Houston and beat them. Tell me what y'all thoughts are.
Facts.
Yeah. Go ahead, Collin. Go ahead.
Nah, I first want to say this really, I ain't giving them no excuses, but I do want to put some of the blame on Rex Ryan because Rex Ryan went on Get Up and he called this a bye week for the Chargers, and the Texans clearly used that as momentum. Now, number 2, Justin, I love you, and I've been caping for you since the draft, but this was a terrible game by you. Like 4 picks is not good enough. And then it's like he's also throwing pick sixes. It's like, what are you doing? Now, granted, we can say that he ain't have the weapons on the outside, but you've been doing it the whole season, so you can't use that excuse now. Justin, you're getting paid to win games like this. And Jim Harbaugh just got there, so I get a pass. He gets a pass. He got him to the playoffs. But this is the time where Justin Herbert has to put the cape on, and they're just not good enough. They're clearly not good enough. Justin Herbert's not good enough right now. So if Justin wants to be in the top 10 conversation, he's not that right now because he hasn't produced when it matters. You've had chances, and so now it's just like it's on you. Like he's been hiding a lot when it comes to the quarterback conversation. And now that he's on the biggest stage, he hasn't produced. So I just feel like this is less on the Texans winning, and this is more on the Chargers laying the egg.
I think just looking back at the game, the Chargers missed some opportunities early. Mm-hmm. They got some turnovers.
Okay.
Kick field goals. You got to score touchdowns in them situations. You score touchdowns on those first 2 drives, change the game. 14-0 instead of 6-0 or 6-3, whatever it was. Yeah. You got to take advantage of those opportunities. And then for Herbert, yeah, them interceptions was bad. Like I said, you got to take advantage of the opportunities early. I think they had got a pick, and then the very next play, this man Herbert came trying to force the ball down the field to Quentin Johnston. He tried to force the ball downfield to Quentin Johnston, underthrew it, threw a pick. Gave them boys the ball right back after his defense just got a pick. You got to take advantage of those opportunities when you get the ball. A short field, when Houston started off slow, you got to jump on them and take advantage of it. They didn't take advantage of it. They let them hang around. let them hang around, let them score before the half. And after halftime, whoop, went downhill.
I'm telling you.
Went downhill after halftime.
I'm telling you.
They were in the game. Yeah, yes, he threw 4 picks, but 3 of them was in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah.
They folded. Like, they were in the game. Final score didn't necessarily represent how the game was going, but yeah, they folded in that second half. That second half, it went downhill. It got ugly.
Yeah.
It got ugly. Yeah.
I'm going to say this, and we'll end it off right here. Quentin Johnson, I want you to do one thing for me this offseason. Well, actually, do one thing. Maybe do 2. First, call your mom. Call your mom and say, Mama, I know I told you to quit your job, but the way my career is looking right now, just make sure you got them on the back burner. Make sure you didn't burn no bridges when you left. I hope you didn't. Because
you got a savings account?
Right. I hope that you're investing your money wisely, young man. Because, I mean, your time is dwindling. It's dwindling. It's hanging on by a thread. I'm going to keep it a band with you. James Cave, I love you, brother. And I know you're watching the pod this week. I keep telling you the same thing every week. He's not the answer. Now, here's the second thing I need you to do, Quentin Johnson. I need you to call your good friend Lab McConkey. How do you say your last name, young man? And all off season, we're gonna train together. Whatever you do, I want to do. Whatever time you wake up, I'm waking up. Whatever you eat, I'm eating. Whatever time you train, I'm training. Because I need to get like you.
Mamba mentality.
Whatever you do, I need to do it. Because clearly, whatever I'm doing is not working. And whatever you're doing is working. And you're only a rookie. So I need to follow suit. If I want to be good and keep my mama from going back to work, I need to do the same thing that you're doing. Because your mama not going back to work. Mine might have to if I don't follow your plan. So I'm gonna end it off with that. We're gonna move on to these Sunday games, man. We had 3 matchups on Sunday. First of which, man, was the Buffalo Bills taking on Hondo's Denver Broncos. Man, come back and see that camera. Man, I'm coming in. Me and Collin were smart and went ahead and chose the Buffalo Bills to win that game. Now, I said
Buffalo was gonna win.
Oh, you said Buffalo as well?
I just said take the Broncos on the spread. That
didn't come to fruition either.
Yeah,
that didn't come to fruition either. But I'll say this: it started off, man, and Denver threw that touchdown. It was up 7-0, and for the first 3 minutes of the game, I was like, "Oh, Denver scored a touchdown," and then Josh Allen said, "Hold my beer." That young man went ahead and finished with 20 for 26, 272, and 2 touchdowns. James Cook went crazy on the phenomenal rush defense of the Denver Broncos. He had 23 carries for 120 yards and a touchdown. And then through the air, they had a what they call that joint. Everyone worked together collectively to make it happen. The top receivers, Curtis Samuel, for 3 receptions for 68 yards and a touchdown. Bo Nix on the other side of the ball, man, he gave it his all. He wound up finishing up the day 13 for 22, 144 and a touchdown. They tried to run. Bo Nix did a lot of running, 4 for 43. Williams had 7 carries for 29 yards. He couldn't really get anything going with their running backs. And then Cortland Sutton did his best with 5 receptions for 75 yards through the air. But it all failed and really didn't help him at all at the end. Because the final score, they only scored that 1 touchdown in the first quarter and wound up losing 31-7 in a blowout to the Buffalo Bills. Any comments from you guys based on that game? Start with Hundo Clark. How you feel about your Denver Broncos not covering the spread?
Hey, well, not covering the spread. Yeah, that was terrible. But like that Chargers game, it was close in the first half. We missed we missed the field goal right before halftime. That would have changed it a little bit. But yeah, Bo Nix threw that bomb. Defense got bullied. They literally got bullied, bro. Like Buffalo was just running up and down the field, bro. Like Josh Allen wasn't really even going crazy like that for real. It was James Cook. Like them boys front 7 bullied. Yeah. They were getting bullied. Them boys were just driving down the field, doing whatever they wanted. Curtis Samuel, when he scored that touchdown late, crossed all the way across the field. All the way across the field. He only had 3 catches. That one catch was probably about 40-something yards that he scored that touchdown on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them boys got bullied, man. Offensively, they tried. When you only got Cortland Sutton on the outside, ain't but so much you can do. You got Mims going deep. He can barely catch the ball. Not Mims. Franklin.
Oh yeah, Troy Franklin. Rookie, right? Is he a rookie?
Yeah, he the one who caught the touchdown.
Yeah, from Oregon.
Yeah, he the one who caught the touchdown. But yeah, so hopefully we go into the offseason, we get some more weapons. Definitely we got to get some linebackers that can cover because Dawson Knox had a pretty good game too. He was killing our linebackers. Our linebackers can't cover to save their life. So if we can get some linebackers that can cover, we get some more weapons on the outside, I think we'll be straight. I think it was a good stepping stone making the playoffs. But yeah, got the 20th draft pick, 20th overall pick. We're gonna see what we do. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Collin, what you got to say, man?
Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing much to say. I think that we all saw like everything we needed to see. They just don't have enough. Like, I'm not saying that they were terrible, but I just don't think they ever had enough. So really, the focus of the Broncos needs to be on the offseason. This was like the Buffalo Invitational that they were invited to. So I'm glad that Bo got some playoff experience. But ultimately, like Hundo said, their defense was good during the regular season, but this is a different league now, and I don't think they had the defense in order to cover a contender like the Buffalo Bills. And I just feel like even with a running quarterback, it's just like it's hard to contain an extra runner. And it just felt like Buffalo was just a better team all around. So hopefully they get some pieces. And I think everybody is just waiting for this next matchup with Buffalo. So, ain't much to say on that.
Yeah, I agree with y'all said, man. Buffalo took care of what they need to do and get ready for the next round, which we'll discuss here soon, man. But we're gonna finish up this wild card round. Next game Sunday was Philly versus Green Bay. That game wound up being given to Philly 22-10. They beat Green Bay at the crib. Jalen Hurts went 13 for 21 with 2 touchdowns, 131 through the air. Saquon had 25 carries for 119, no touchdowns. And they had some help in their receiving core. Actually, the biggest surprise was A.J. Brown getting held to 1 reception for 10 yards. But outside of that, man, I mean, they pretty much dominated from start to finish. It didn't look good for Jordan Love, who ended the game 20 for 33, 212 yards and 3 interceptions. He just, to me personally, looked kind of bad throughout that game, all the way around. Shout out to Josh Jacobs, though, 18 carries for 81 yards, being the bright spot on that offense, doing what he needed to do. I just felt like overall the Pack came in injured, and then they kept getting injured throughout the game. I think they lost 2 or 3 receivers throughout the game, lost a lineman or 2. So offensively, they were just really beat up. But then in addition to that, Jordan just kept giving the boys the ball back. So it really didn't work too much well for them. And as we see it with that final score being 22-10, sent them boys on back to Cancun limping. So what y'all got to say on that game, if anything?
Honestly, the Eagles should have beat them by way more than that.
Facts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with Hundo. This is a bigger indictment on the Eagles. Like the fact that it was 16-10 in the fourth quarter when all them Packers were getting injured. Like Nick Sirianni, y'all supposed to be contenders. This is a team that y'all was supposed to beat by over 2 touchdowns. So I don't know, man. It's just like Philly's looking just. I wouldn't say like a problem, but like I told y'all boys a couple of episodes, it's always some noise around the Philadelphia Eagles. And the fact that this man A.J. Brown was reading on the sideline, bro, just stop. Like you're trying.
The whole book,
like
it's crazy.
You're trying to be
the playoffs.
Too much noise. It's like, man, that I don't ever see Super Bowl champions act like this throughout the season. So that's honestly.
This is true.
I will say, I think they need to continue to give Saquon the ball.
Yeah.
Continue to give him the ball. Clearly, A.J. Brown, I don't know what he got going on. He's been having stuff going on all season with him and Jalen Hurts, him being hurt. Now he on the sideline reading a book after only having 1 catch. So I don't know what he got going on. Hopefully they can figure something out. But yeah, I thought that they should have blown the boys out. Like it shouldn't have been close. Jordan Love, 3 picks, whole bunch of injuries. Even Josh Jacobs went down a little bit, and he ended up coming back in, but he got banged up too in that game. So yeah, I chose the Eagles to win it all in my little bracket thing, but hopefully they turn it around and get right, man.
Okay.
Get right. They won the game, but
they didn't look good.
I need dominance.
That's real. This is time to be a man. It's time to be a man. And like y'all said, man, I texted one of my Philly friends today, and I said, y'all boys didn't look that good. I'm kind of concerned for y'all going into this next round. And we'll discuss that matchup because I already see what the winner of this game is going to be. So we'll discuss that here in a little bit. But this last matchup, which I said which was the best game of the entire wild card round, even including tonight's game, which is now a blowout. The Washington Commanders going into Tampa Bay. Now, I remember we had this conversation last week of could Washington go into Tampa and take care of business. I said it could be done. I had faith in Jayden Daniels. He had a great rookie season. And I just like the way that this team kind of fought the entire season, even in close games. So I went ahead and said that they'll win. I'm pretty sure Collin said that the Bucs would take care of business at the house. And I think you also said that Jayden Daniels would get it done. Or am I incorrect on that? You're correct. Okay, cool. So they did wind up winning 23-20 in a last-second field goal. But let me read y'all some of these stats. Jayden Daniels, man, he had a great night from the field. 24 for 35 with 268 yards and 2 touchdowns. No turnovers. He also led the team in rushing for 13 carries for 36 yards. Baker Mayfield went 15 for 18, efficiently had 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bucky Irvin, who would turn out to be a crazy rookie star for their team this year, 17 carries for 77 yards. So it was a pretty even matchup. Of course, we had one of the greatest receivers in NFL history, and it's getting pretty close to top 5. I'm going to keep it a band. Mr. Mike Evans, 7 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown, adding on to another 1,000-yard season that he had this year. I mean, the man is just he's one of the ones. He's one of the ones. And we've had some hate, particularly on this podcast, from a young man who shall not be named, but he's wearing glasses right now, Mr. Hundo Clark. I mean, I'll get to your stuff and let me finish up these stats. De'Ami Brown had 5 catches for 89 yards for Washington and a touchdown. And then Mr. McLaurin, Scary Terry, had 7 catches for 89 yards as well and a touchdown. Like I said, game was close all night, and it really came down to that last drive. And Jayden let him down after a turnover, if I'm not mistaken, by what's his name, Baker Mayfield, and the fumble. It wasn't an interception, the fumble turnover. And Jayden walked him down the field. They walked it down, kicked that field goal at the last second to win that game and send them to the divisional round. Give me y'all thoughts on the game, man. What y'all thought about that?
I told y'all a few weeks ago, Jayden Daniels, one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the league. He did it again. He did it again. Walked them boys down, got them in a position. The kicker was over there nervous. Y'all saw that man over there scratching his head. Like, bro, what you got going on, bro? Like,
he was taking his sock off.
But bro, come on, man, tighten up, man. What you got going on, bro?
For real.
And then he almost missed the kick. Like, dog.
I said, hey, no. Woo.
But yeah, man, Jayden Daniels showed up and showed out, got it done on the road. I think they said he was one of 4 rookie quarterbacks to win their first playoff game on the road. I think it was Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson. It was Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez and CJ Stroud.
CJ was at home. I don't think he was on that list that I had seen earlier. But yeah, showed up and showed out, man. Another big performance on the road. They got a tough test. We're gonna talk about it next week, but yeah, good win.
Sure.
Big facts. And I definitely had Baker for sure. And looking at the stats, Baker didn't play bad, and I think they definitely played good. It really just came down to the better quarterback. And I think that the regular season actually matured Jayden because he was able to, win a lot of close games. It prepared him for moments like this. So either way, man, I'm happy to see Jayden win because I definitely think that he is a franchise quarterback. And, hopefully if they surround him with some weapons, they definitely can become contenders in the next 3 years. But I really just feel like this is just about not the team, but better quarterback. And last night, Jayden was. And so I can't really say nothing about it. I definitely was wrong.
Yeah. And we talked about this last week, but we talked about the fact that in order for Jayden to keep up with the pace of CJ that he set last year in Houston, he had to win that first game. this week and take them to at least the divisional round to match where CJ went his last year for them to kind of compete of who had the better rookie year. And so far, Jayden has taken care of business. He did the same kind of thing CJ did. Took a franchise who was the number 2. Them boys really have a crazy identical story. Both are number 2 overall picks in their respective classes, coming in behind quarterbacks who they thought were going to be him, but wound up being him of their particular quarterback classes. It was Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud last year. This year was Taylor Williams and Jayden Daniels. And so they really had identical years in regards to taking their teams with superstar the year before and turning them into playoff teams in the first year, winning their wildcard games, and now going up to face the number 1 seed in their respective conferences in the next divisional round week, which we're getting ready to cover here in a second. But man, it's crazy. Let me take a quick second to just kind of compare the two, man. How y'all feeling about right now what the career is of Jayden Daniels versus the career of C.J. Stroud? When we have to just base it totally off the rookie years, because we know that C.J. now in his second year and is doing the same thing that he did last year on a lower scale. But talk to me if y'all want to compare quickly just on the notes of how y'all feel about Jayden's year went in comparison to C.J. Stroud's year went last year.
Yeah, I feel like Jayden's was a little bit better. And I think a lot of this is recency bias, but I don't remember CJ having to come from behind like this as much as Jayden did this season. I feel like Jayden really put the team on his back because, I mean, I'm just looking at the games, like Jayden doesn't have much around him. Like, obviously he has Terry McLaurin, but there's a lot that there's okay, yeah, you got Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson, but they definitely need some more pieces in the offseason. And Jayden is actually coming in and actually beating good teams. Like, they beat the Bengals early on, and they beat some other good teams. Did they beat the Eagles, or they lost to the Eagles?
No, they beat the Eagles. They split with them this year.
Yeah, they beat some contenders, and I don't remember CJ doing that. Now, I might be wrong. I got to go back and look at the schedule, but I think Jayden had, I think it's like neck and neck, but I think Jayden had a little bit better year than CJ did his first year.
Okay. I know what you think, man.
I think I'll have to go with Jayden Daniels as well. And I'm just looking at his running ability, really. Like, I know he had the rib injury during the season. That slowed him down a little bit. But he led the team in rushing yards. 891 rushing yards. That's pretty dynamic. Like Collin said, and like I mentioned earlier, one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the league. Like, yeah, dog.
Yeah, he is a dog, brother. I agree with that.
And they got some talented pieces. They got Ertz, they got McLaurin. I definitely think they need to add one more receiver, but that defense solid too. You got Bobby Wagner leading the defensive unit. Can't go wrong with that. He a tackling machine. Still playing at a high level at an older age.
Yeah, agreed, bro. Agreed. That defense definitely took another step up this year. They always had a crazy front with Mr. Payne and Jonathan Allen down low. Man, the D-line was always ferocious with those two down there leading the charge. And then corner, they won going and trading for Marshawn Lattimore, who is one of the top corners, better corners in the league. I don't say top anymore. One of the better corners in the league. Now, yesterday, Mike was giving him some crazy work all game. That's why I said Mike a dog. Mike Evans, you always get your flowers from me, sir. From me, you also get your flowers. And Collin. Now, Clark, hey, that brother's different. We catch him in 4K every week saying something kind of crazy. I don't know if we catch him this week saying something crazy about you, but we have caught him before.
Let me ask y'all boys.
Hey, don't focus on the past, man. Don't focus on the past. Lead that in last year, man. That was last year.
So let me ask y'all boys, knowing what y'all know now from both quarterbacks, if y'all could go back in the draft, would you select Jayden 1 or keep him at the same position over Caleb? Under Caleb.
I'm definitely taking Jayden 1. Now, I mean, as the same, that is a crazy thing. After in comparison to last year, you look at the college tape when you taking these rookies. You know what I'm saying? And so Caleb had the better college tape over Jayden. Now, don't get me wrong, Jayden did win a Heisman. But I think Caleb won a Heisman too, didn't he? I'm not tripping.
Yeah. His first year.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, based upon that, Caleb's college career, quote unquote, was technically better. And so based upon that, he had a lot of hype coming up behind him. And so it was like, you got to take Caleb. And the same thing kind of happened with C.J. Stroud before with Bryce Young. Bryce Young's career at Alabama was storied. You know what I'm saying? So he wound up going to one of his class over C.J. Stroud. And so I think of course, looking at them rookie year, it's like, oh, everybody made a mistake, and you should have picked CJ over Bryce, and you should have picked Jayden over Caleb. But I think going back, you didn't know what they were going to be. You only had to base it on the potential of what you saw in college. And I think going back, knowing what you know now, yes, you picked Jayden. But I think, obviously, without that knowledge, you kind of got to keep it where it was. And also, I'll say this. Caleb came into a crazy situation with a plethora of weapons. I'm about to get apoplectic on this doggone podcast because, you know what?
We already did it once about the Bears.
You're right.
We can do it again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My fault when this shot. I might go on a rant next week about that. That might be my rant topic for next week. But we'll save that for another time. Y'all done with this, and y'all ready to move on? Y'all got something y'all want to say? Y'all good? Okay, man. Let's do this. Let's move on now. I guess I can briefly talk on this. So tonight we had a wildcard game, the last wildcard game, Vikings versus Rams. I thought it was gonna be a better game for the Vikings. I think Collin also picked the Vikings in that matchup. I think Hunter wanted to pick Matthew Stafford because he's a big Matthew Stafford fan, and he was proven right. I mean, the Rams are killing these boys right now. It's 27-3 with 6:29 left in the third. Matthew Stafford is 17 for 24, 201 yards passing and a touchdown. And the Vikings are doing nothing, as you can see. So that sets us up perfectly because that's going to lead us into the divisional round. We have 4 huge matchups, 2 in the AFC, 2 in the NFC. Let's start with the Saturday matchups. The Saturday matchups are as follow. We have
hold on, brother. We got to go back to this Vikings thing, man. Go ahead, Collin.
Uh-oh. My bad.
Man, I'm gonna be real. I believed in you, Sam. I got fooled by you, Sam. You played me, Sam, because I trusted in you. Y'all winning games, and I thought y'all were the team to beat. But y'all bogus. Y'all bogus. Because y'all lost last week versus the Lions. Y'all had the chance to get the number 1 seed, and y'all packed it up clearly. It's like y'all didn't even come out to play. And I know Justin Jefferson's pissed. Y'all got the weapons, and y'all got the defense. Even though y'all don't got the defensive pieces, y'all have had one of the top defenses in the league. And y'all just stunk up the joint. And I feel like this was your game, Sam. This was $100 million game. Because I feel like if you won this game, you were definitely going to get paid north of 50. But now, you still going to be a journeyman. Because who can trust in you? Because you can't win the big game. Like, you pissing me off, Sam. Because I'm getting tired of believing in you time after time, and you let me down. Like, you just getting rattled. You're getting rattled by the Rams. You're getting rattled by the Lions. You're getting rattled even by teams that you should beat. Like, these are teams that you should beat. You should at least make it to the conference championship with this roster. You have Jordan Addison. You have Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, Jalen Neighbor. Like, there's no excuse. This was piss poor. Y'all can't say y'all was tired. Like, no, y'all are professionals, and y'all stunk up the joint. And games like this, Kevin O'Connell, we're going to be honest. I know you went 14-3, but the same way we're talking about Mike McDaniel, the same way we need to be talking about you. Because y'all haven't proven that y'all can win the big ones when it matters. Sean McVay, he's not only been to a Super Bowl, but with a depleted roster, he's beating y'all like this. This is the move your hand game. Like, you need to produce when you have the talent, you have the roster. It's on you as a quarterback in order to produce. No, Sam, no. No more will I trust in you. No more. No more. I don't care. I'm going to start calling you the Red Rifle. Literally. You're the new Red Rifle. Because you have been like Andy. You're a magician. You have tricked everybody to believing that you're a good quarterback. When it comes down to it, you're not. Baker's better than you. There's a lot of quarterbacks better than you. And you'll be choosing your next team soon. And the thing is, the team will be choosing you. You won't be choosing the next team.
That was beautiful, brother. That was beautiful. I'm glad you was able to get that off your chest.
The new Red Rifle. That's his name.
Yeah. And the only reason I chose the Vikings is because I just thought Justin Jefferson was going to be able to show out. But I don't know why I forgot who the quarterback was. I don't know why that fact eluded me. I mean, I'm just thinking, wow, Justin Jefferson is one of the greatest receivers in the NFL. But he doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, hey, he had a great season. Regular season, he had a great season.
About to say, yeah,
he was the second best receiver in the league. Despite having Sam Darnold at quarterback.
We're not talking about Justin right now. We talking about Sam.
Listen.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm just saying the quarterback been the same. He showed up in the regular season.
Yeah, but I can't put up regular season numbers if I don't get the ball.
No. I'm talking about Sam. Sam put up great regular season numbers.
Yeah, but
he ain't doing nothing tonight.
I say he getting to the playoffs now, and they just scored a touchdown, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I still think about to lose this game. It's 10 to 27. But like I said, man, that leads us into this divisional round, and that's what we're really here to talk about. Man, we got 4 big time matchups: 2 in the AFC, 2 in the NFC. We'll start with these Saturday matchups. We got Houston traveling to the number 1 seed Kansas City Chiefs at 4:30 on Saturday on ESPN. The line is currently at -7.5 towards KC. Boys, tell me how y'all feeling about this matchup with Kansas City coming off of a bye week, facing a hot, right now, Houston Texans team, CJ Stroud and that defense. How y'all feeling about them boys going into Kansas City? Do y'all think they'll be able to not really pull off an upset? But if you do feel like that, speak your mind. Do you feel like they'll be able to compete? Do you think that 7.5 line is big? Do y'all feel like it can be covered? Talk to me. What y'all feeling?
I got the Chiefs.
Give me more. Expound upon that.
CJ gonna be crying again. He's gonna be crying again.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually do think it's gonna be closer than people think, just because I don't think Kansas City's roster is the same. And especially with all these players coming back, everybody's getting acclimated. Plus, you got that bye week. I think, Texas, like you said, are definitely hot. Defense going to be rolling. Mm-hmm. But I just think the Chiefs going to have too much. I see it being like a field goal, probably a 4-point game. But, yeah, I got the Chiefs too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with y'all boys. I definitely think that the game is going to – I think the Texans are going to cover that 7.5. I'll say that. I still think the Chiefs are going to win. I just don't foresee CJ Stroud being able to go into Kansas City and beat the defending champs. He had a good season, but I think that his lack of weapons, as well as his depleted O-line, and it being the playoffs in Kansas City, is all going to play in his detriment. So I think that with those combined things, that goes ahead and pack them boys up and send them boys to the crib. We'll try again next year.
It's going to be cold. The Chiefs healthy.
It's going to be cold.
The Chiefs got all their weapons.
They do. Besides Rice, he's out for the rest of the year, but got everybody else.
It might get ugly. I think it might get ugly.
It could. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, he turned to a different monster. He really does. So
every year,
I'm excited to see how he comes out in his first game back, because like Collin said, man, every year they get kind of written off at this point. It's like, it could happen where they could lose. And it's like, okay.
Watch out for Pacheco too, man. I think Pacheco will have a good game. I think he's gonna have a good game.
All right. Okay. Man, let's go ahead to this next match. Let's go to the game of the week, man. Game of the week.
You don't go to the game week? You don't forget that two games? Okay. Man, say less. Y'all know I'm turned up. All right. So we're gonna keep it in the AFC. We're gonna move to Sunday. This is the game of the week. This is the game that everybody's been circling since week 5. We played them the first time. This is the matchup that everybody's been talking about, because 2 MVP candidates are getting ready to play each other. This is the matchup where they said, Lamar Jackson, can you do it in Buffalo? This is the matchup they said, Josh Allen, do you really want a Super Bowl? This is the matchup everybody is tuning in for. It is the Baltimore Ravens headed into Buffalo to face the Buffalo Bills. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen, part two. First time was in Baltimore. It was a blowout. It was a blowout in Baltimore, 35-10. Now, we get to go back to Buffalo. They said they improved. They said they got healthier. They said the defense got better. They said that they can do some things differently. But guess what? So did we. We got better. We made some changes in our defense. From week 11 to week 18, we had the number 1 defense in the NFL. We made some big changes. Told some guys, you suck. You got to sit on the bench for the rest of the season, young man. And we had to make those changes. We had to tell some veterans who've been in the league for a while, hey, man, you're not getting it done right now. We're going to make some changes. You drop the field. And we did that. We took the best safety in the NFL, Mr. Kyle Hamilton, all-pro Kyle Hamilton, and moved him from box safety back to free safety. Major improvement for our secondary. We have all-pro Marlon Humphrey leading us in the secondary in addition to Kyle Hamilton. Man, we're going into Buffalo, like I said, to take on Josh Allen and this Buffalo Bills team. Brothers, hi, I'm going to let y'all go first, and I'm going to finish it out with my thoughts. Unless y'all want to do it the other way around, it's up to y'all. Because I have a feeling I know what y'all going to choose, and y'all dad know who I'm choosing to win this game. It's no secret to nobody who watches this pod faithfully who I'm choosing to win this game. But I'll go ahead and give y'all my explanation later on if y'all want.
Go ahead, brother. You hot right now. You hot right now.
Say less. Say less. Listen. I love it because once again, everybody is plotting on the Ravens' downfall. And I love it. I love it. Listen, we started off the day as a plus 1.5 point underdog. But the line has now changed to us being a 1 point favorite. I don't really care what this line says. I'm going to keep it a whole stack with y'all. There's been a lot of talk of Josh Allen to win this MVP. And we had a conversation last week that the AP votes came out and Lamar 13 All-Pro with a vote of 30-18. There's a lot of people mad about that. A lot of people was like, thanks, Lamar. I mean, okay, you did a good job. CC Hundo Clark, that was him. And then we come into this matchup and we get the opportunity to see the two top candidates to MVP. And my MVP3, Mr. Lamar Jackson, who has, he just had a magical season. And when I say magical, it's crazy that I got to say that because he's already won 2 MVPs. And to play better than that, and then this is the last week, they said, oh, he always sucks in the playoffs. He doesn't turn it on. He looked so good last week against the Steelers. And I know we had a whole thing earlier about the Steelers being sorry. But we also going to talk about the Broncos. They were also sorry. So, listen, Lamar Jackson gets the opportunity again to prove himself.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Why the Broncos had to catch it straight like that?
Let me cook.
Why the Broncos had to catch it straight like that, bro?
Me cook. Because I want to. You
ain't even have to mention us, bro.
I want to take away. Hold on. I want to set the stage and take away any kind of rebuttal that I know that you're going to bring when you start speaking. So I'm going to get all my stuff out on the table now. We're going into Baltimore.
Let us speak, Nando. Let us speak.
We're going into Buffalo, man. And the Baltimore Ravens are going to take care of business on Sunday afternoon at 6:30. We're going to come out victorious in this game. And we'll come back on this pod. And, let me say this real quick. There's been so much slander on the Ravens that these good brothers right here to my left and to my right said, we're going to do an instant reaction to that game. Now, they didn't mention that the Ravens win. So I want to see if they keep that same energy if you win. I want to call them and say this is going to do an instant reaction to the game on Saturday night. Okay, cool. So y'all heard it here first. Sunday night, we'll be doing an instant reaction to this game. As soon as it's over. As soon as the clock strikes 0, get on that pod. It's time to lock it in. And we Ravens win this game. I want that opening rant. I want it. I want the opening rant. We win Sunday night. I promise you, I'm coming in hot.
Hey,
John, right now.
John, we need you on the opening rant. Win or lose.
Win or lose. Word.
Yeah,
win or lose.
Win or lose. I do need to open rant. Win or lose. That's true.
Yeah.
I need it both ways. For sure. But we're gonna take care of business, man. We got Lamar Jackson. We got Derrick Henry. Zay Flowers should be back for this game. Rashad Bateman's been having a crazy year. He kept it going last week. Offense is cooking with grease. Nobody's been able to stop the run all year. I'm gonna say it again. I don't foresee the Buffalo Bills being able to stop the run. I don't foresee that. The Buffalo Bills had a good running game last week on the Denver Broncos. James Cook went for 120 on 23 carries. He's not doing that again this week. I can almost guarantee you that James Cook will not have 100 yards rushing this week.
Wow.
I can almost guarantee that I'm repeating my statements twice because I believe that much in them. I can almost guarantee that James Cook will not have 100 yards rushing this week. And I say that because they're not going to be able to establish a ground game because they're going to be trying to keep up. They're going to have to score. In order for you to have to establish a ground game, you trying to like set a pace. We dominated time possession last week against Pittsburgh because we were able to establish the run and keep it going. And because y'all not gonna be able to stop our run, Buffalo. You're not gonna be able to stop. You're not stopping Derrick Henry. You're not stopping him. We're gonna give him the ball 20 times, like we usually do. And in the words of Hunter Clark, over and over and over and over again. Y'all not gonna be trying to hit that man all night. In the cold, it's supposed to be 16 degrees in Buffalo Sunday. I already checked the weather report. It's gonna be cold. The ground is hard. Derrick Henry is 6'3", 250. Freight train. It's gonna get bad, man. It's gonna get bad. Now, I do think the game should be a good game, but the Ravens will come out victorious. We're gonna come victorious, and I'm gonna leave it there. The MVP shall be the MVP come Sunday. See, I keep saying Saturday. It's Sunday. Lamar Jackson, he already won MVP, but he'll win it again in the minds of America. For the ones who still don't believe, for all the non-believers on this podcast right now who don't believe in my quarterback. And I love it. I love when I have a lot of hate. Collin texted me today and said there's going to be a lot of hate coming from him next week. I'm holding him to that. I'm not going to look at him, but I'm holding him to that. I can't wait. And Hundo, we called him 4K last week talking about my quarterback. Moving the needle for Josh Allen, but Lamar couldn't get that same respect. I can't wait till Sunday. This game is live for me as a Ravens fan because I get to watch the doubters and the naysayers move the goalpost once again. I want y'all to see the goalpost move once we win this game. Watch. The narrative will begin to change as soon as we win. Oh, we'll beat the Chiefs. Watch what I tell you. Sunday will come in here saying, okay, he won, but go beat the Chiefs. Once again, I told y'all from probably the first and second episode, it's showing me that a narrative is being written. I see the writing on the wall every year. Every year I see the same writing on the wall from the same people. It's time to change it around. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it.
Listen, they should wait until this week to decide who's the MVP because I believe that this is going to be the matchup of the year. I believe that both offenses are clicking right now. I think the rosters are comparable, and especially last week. I think that what Derek did on the ground, it definitely was impressive. I think it's going to be a game of running backs, and I think Josh Allen is going to be included in that because he's technically a running back at times. I think James Cook does have over 100 yards, contrary to what John believes, and I do believe that Josh Allen is going to find the end zone too. Just because it's in Buffalo, I definitely think that Buffalo is not worried about Derrick Henry running. Like, I think that he's definitely going to get some runs off, but I mean, Buffalo is used to it. Like, Buffalo has overcome adversity during the season. But in the words of Zach Clark, give me 1-7. Give me 1-7. This man deserves the MVP. Like, and he's going to show y'all on Sunday why he deserves it. Stephon Diggs left. They completely eradicated his defense, and he decided to put the cape on, and he led Buffalo to one of the best records in the AFC outside of the Chiefs, of course. But I think that what the world is going to see is that there is a difference between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson on Sunday. Not saying that they're an astronomical difference, but Josh Allen is better, and he has been better this season. I think they prove it. When Baltimore comes in, it's going to be a close game. But honestly, I think that Josh is the difference. And Josh is going to show that he's the difference because I don't think that Baltimore can contain Josh, both passing and running. I know they see it every week with Lamar, but that defense has been shaky. And they have a new defensive coordinator. I don't know how he is going to act in Buffalo in a primetime game like this. Give me 1-7.
Mr. Clark?
I'm actually going to agree with John on this one. Buffalo got to find a way to stop Derrick Henry. He ran all over in the first game, had his way the first game. He been running kind of crazy. I think if they can slow him down, I like Buffalo. They got to find a way to slow him down, though. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they got to find a way to slow him down. I don't know if he's going to run it 20 times. I don't know about that. I don't think he's gonna get the ball 20 times.
For sure.
They got to find a way to slow that man down. But yeah, I'm rocking with 1-7. I'm rocking
Okay,
with 1-7.
Your boys, go ahead and give score predictions.
What, a score prediction? Baltimore goes into Buffalo, takes care of business, beat the Buffalo Bills. (31-21), Baltimore.
Hand up.
28-17, Buffalo.
Okay. Give me 33-21, Buffalo.
The numbers and the votes are what I thought they would be. And I will go back to Hundo's point one more time. They gotta stop Derrick Henry. And this is the same way you said that Josh Allen is a running back or is used as running back in Buffalo. That is true. Lamar Jackson is a better back if you want to go pound for pound. And he's gonna show that once again too. Anything you can do, I can do better. You know why? Because I'm the god doggone MVP of the league, nigga. I mean, brother in Christ. That's why. That's why. Right there. Anything you can do, I can do better. Last week against Pittsburgh, we ran the ball 13 plays in one drive. 13 plays straight. 13 straight.
I don't think Lamar's gonna come out running the ball how he did against Pittsburgh. I think that was just like a game plan, a matchup type of situation because y'all already seen him twice already. You had to switch it up with him running the ball. They didn't think he was gonna beat them running the ball. I don't think he's gonna be running the ball that much against Buffalo. Not at least designed runs. I don't think it's gonna be designed runs like that. I think if it breaks down and he has to take off, yes, that'll probably happen. But design runs, I don't see them doing that. I don't see them doing that.
I think we're gonna test it out and see how they come out with it. And I think that, I do agree with the fact that they are not going to follow Pittsburgh's recipe of letting them run because they know how dangerous of a runner he is. They're scared of Lamar running. They don't want that man to run. So I think that, yes, I think we're going to try to run. And I think that they're going to say, we're going to try to go tackle Lamar, which is only going to hurt them in the long run because that means you're not tackling Derrick Henry. If you're not tackling Derrick Henry,
they already got killed by Derrick Henry. They can't let Derrick Henry beat them again, bro.
Right, but you got that's the matchup. You got to pick your poison. You gonna hit Lamar or you gonna hit Derrick? You really got to pick.
Has there been any news, John, on Zay Flowers? Is he gonna play?
According to reports today from John Harbaugh, he said it's gonna be a we'll see. He said that he doesn't have to practice this week and he can still play Saturday. So it's up in the air right now. If I had to take a prediction, I say that Zay plays this week. I don't know how much he'll practice, but I think that he will be back for that game Saturday. I believe we're gonna need all hands on deck because once again, it's gonna be like we're going into Buffalo, and we're not going to act like those fans are not. For one, they are radical. They're a radical group of fans. I forgot what they call themselves. The Bills Mafia. That's what they call themselves. Those fans are going to be there. Going to be loud. So we're going to need Zay, I think, just to continue to help us, even if it's just to be a decoy. It helps us because once again, if Lamar needs to pass, I don't trust the Bills' corners to stop our receivers, especially if Zay's playing. If 80% to 90% Zay, I'm taking him in our receiving core with Mark Andrews likely bait against that defense, which includes a starting DeMar Hamlin. And I'm going to leave it right there.
About to mess around and get a pick.
He thought he had to pick last week.
I put my money on that.
Hey, he almost had away.
He thought he had to pick last week. And
he almost had away.
Took his helmet off. Took his ski off. Jumped in the crowd. And they said you dropped the ball. But
incomplete.
go back to the bench, Buster. And here's the thing, bro. Once again, and I'm gonna just leave it here one more time. Zay Flowers would absolutely abuse DeMar Hamlin. And he plays deep safety. It would get so scary for him. I don't care what you're saying to me. DeMar Hamlin is not stopping Zay Flowers or Rashad Bateman, and he damn sure don't want no smoke with Likely or Mark Andrews. So they better hope and pray that it don't get to him having to stop us anywhere on the field with any of those guys.
Hey, you gonna stop disrespecting DeMar?
No, Hundo.
When he get a pick or he make a big play, I'm texting the group. I'm hitting the group. Y'all better stop playing with that man. He a professional athlete.
Hey, DeMar Hamlin, listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. We appreciate what you've done this year, starting for the Buffalo Bills. You know, you came in and you got the starting job after a very serious injury the year before, and your services are much appreciated to the kingdom of the Bills. But Saturday, there's some grown men coming your way, and you need to go talk to your linebackers, talk to your D-line, and say, please, if y'all like me at all as a teammate, hit Derrick Henry, please, and also contain Lamar Jackson, because if it's either one of them come your way on Sunday night, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Word today, Sean.
Sunday, man. We back live, man. Live reactions, bro.
We got live reactions.
Hey, and like John said, I'm gonna agree with John one more time. The goalpost gonna move.
Yeah, see.
Hey, I'm walking with the goalpost. Best believe it. I got the goalpost in hand.
That's what's crazy, bro. Because y'all get to move the goalpost whenever y'all want to.
Beat Pat.
Hey, I'm coming with it. And
I'm so glad.
It's one on the other side of the field.
I got the forklift outside. We moving them.
Hey, I can take this one with me.
It's crazy, bro. It's really so crazy how this goalpost move, man. I know we got 2 more games to get to, so we're gonna leave this game alone. We done touched that one enough for tonight. We got two matchups in the NFC as well. First with Saturday night, we got Washington headed to Detroit. We just talked earlier about Jayden Daniels, man, and his resiliency this season. Now Detroit's a juggernaut. They've been a juggernaut all year. That they do have a lot of injuries, but they also have some time in this week to recover and rest. So, do y'all think that Jayden can go into Detroit? And let me say this real quick too. There was a time in my life that I didn't think Detroit would ever get to this point. I really did not. When they went 0-16 that one time, I said, this franchise is absolutely abysmal. But shout out to Dan freaking Campbell, man. Shout out to Dan Campbell. He came into that in a complete 180. Culture has shifted. They actually believe that they are a good team, and they are a good team. They are a good team. They're the number one. They won the 1 seed for the first time in their team's history, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. Do y'all think this line is currently set at 8.5 towards Detroit as the home team in Michigan? I'm going to start with Collin as Mr. Michigan. Do you think that the Washington Commanders can come into Detroit and beat the Detroit Lions?
Give me Detroit. Like, let's stop the cap. Like, I think Jayden has been good. If he beats Detroit in Detroit, he's had the best rookie season ever. Like, go ahead and start like knitting his gold jacket, please, because that is insane. But I feel like Detroit just has too much, man. Like, yes, they're depleted on defense, but them boys still got Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, and they even said David Montgomery might come back. They got Laporta. Them boys just rolling on offense. And it's nothing against the Commanders. Like, I think the Commanders had a great season, but I think that Lions just have too much. Like, and once they get the ball running, it's just like hard to stop. And I don't think that Jayden and Washington the whole season, they've been defined on coming from behind. Pause. But I feel like now it's just different. Like, Lions have too much in order to, like, for you to just walk them down like they've been doing other teams.
I know what you got, man.
I agree. I think Jayden's run comes to an end. I'm not gonna count him out. If it comes down to a last second drive, my money on Jayden. I ain't gonna hold you.
For sure.
Will it? If it gets to that, I don't think it will. But if it gets to that, I'm locked in. I want to see what he could do in that situation on the road, hostile environment. I know it's gonna be rocking there. But yeah, give me the Lions. I know they banged up. They had a couple more injuries that last week of the regular season, but they got a week to rest. Like you said, Montgomery's supposed to be coming back. I didn't think he was gonna be coming back this season, but if they can get him back, Wick Gibbs, that two-headed monster is something crazy. So yeah, I like the Lions.
Yeah, I agree with y'all boys, man. I think Jayden Daniels' story comes to an end right here, man. The Commanders had a great season up until this point, but I just think that the Detroit Lions, man, are too stacked of an offense. Forget the defensive injuries. I think they will play a part and they will keep the game closer. But ultimately, this defensive Lions offense, with the weapons that you named, Hundo, they're going to be able to get it done. And with the addition of Montgomery coming back, I just don't foresee them boys losing. Dan Campbell, they're going to have the boys ready to rock. The stadium's going to be rocking. The team is, like I said, Detroit's a city that has not won a lot. And so now they are winning. Everybody's backing it. And so, yeah, I got Detroit. I got Detroit as well. Now, leads to our last NFC matchup, man, with that first Sunday game at 3 o'clock. It looks like it's going to be – let me take a look at the score. Yep, 9-27. It's going to be the LA Rams. Still hearts and prayers to everyone in LA. But it's going to be the LA Rams headed out to Philly to take on the Eagles, man, in Philly. The line obviously is not been set as this game is still going on, but we already know, we can tell who the winner is going to be. There's only 10 minutes left in the fourth, and then driving down the field currently. So, yeah. How y'all feeling, man? Rams going into Philly. Do y'all think that they can have another big game like they're doing tonight against Philly? With that defense last week was looking decent, but once again, Philly didn't look like the Philly that we need to see be dominant. Do you think that they change that narrative this week at home against the Rams and say, you know what, enough is enough? Or do y'all think it's another close game with potential upset from Matthew Stafford?
For me, man, I think it's gonna be really close. Like, I think the Rams definitely have a formidable defense, and I trust Matt Stafford, but I think the Eagles pull it out really close. I think it's gonna be like the last seconds field goal from Jake Elliott. But I don't know, man. This game could go either way because I wasn't satisfied with what I saw last week from them with the Packers, especially late. So I don't know. I think Philly has the roster to beat them, but in terms of actual poise and just the noise, I think it could go either way. So I wouldn't be surprised with either.
Okay. Wonder what you got, man.
These two teams played in the regular season. Philly beat them 37-20. I'm going with Philly. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be rocking. I don't know if the Rams ready for that. Gonna be ready for that. That environment gonna be crazy. Yeah, I think the Eagles are gonna. They probably hear the noise. They hear people saying they didn't look that good. They could have looked better. AJ Brown only had one catch. I think it might get ugly. Give me the Eagles.
I agree with y'all for sure, 110%. Give me Philly as well. I think that the world wants to see the Detroit-Philly NFC Championship game. In order for that to happen, they got to take care of business against LA next week and send them boys back to the crib, or rather to Cancun. And then, I just think Saquon comes out. Talk to me.
Go ahead.
I think Saquon comes out, man, has another big game. He needs to score. He didn't score last week. I think he gets his first touchdown in Philly in the playoffs. I think that's going to be big for him. I think AJ Brown comes back, has a big game. He's going to have more than one catch. He's not reading any books on the sideline this week. Books will be in the locker room, not for video this week. And I think that defense continues to rock, man. I think they put some pressure on Matthew Stafford, makes a couple of mistakes, and they get the win at the crib and move on to the championship game against Detroit.
And going off what you were saying about Saquon, that first game, 26 carries, 255 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. AJ Brown, 6 catches, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. It don't look like Devontae Smith played that game, but the Stars showed up and showed out in that first game.
Was that game in Philly or was it in Baltimore? I mean, was it in Philly or was it in LA? Is it LA?
LA.
For sure. Yeah, they're at the crib. 255.
Yeah. 26 carries for 255.
Yeah, and I feel like because Saquon knows he's not getting MVP, what's gonna be sweeter is getting the Super Bowl. So I feel like he just wanted more now. Like I don't know if he's necessarily gonna get it, but I think he's not leaving the season with nothing. He's gonna get something. So I feel like
I'm leaving here with something. Word to Denzel.
Yeah, like I said, man, they got to keep it together. They got to win this game at the crib. So yeah, give me Saquon. Give me Saquon in the Philadelphia Eagles, man, for another big game. Like y'all said, he's just been running crazy all year. He didn't stop last week, and I don't think that the Rams defense will be able to stop him next week at home with that crowd behind him. So, man, I tell you, I think we've already kind of chosen like the marquee matchup for the week. Do y'all think there will be any other out of those other three games, any other intriguing matchups that are kind of like, this might be a head scratcher? Do y'all think will be any potential upsets? Do y'all think what's your upset of the week if there is one? And then obviously we already got the biggest matchup. So if there are any upsets, what would y'all say that they are if y'all have one?
I think in terms of intriguing matchup that I want to see is this Lions-Commanders game. I just want to see it, especially in the first half, how Jayden come looking out. Because like Hundo said, if it's close and they got a late drive, I definitely want to take Jayden because I want to see a good story. Like I think Jayden has had a good season. I think he has the team in order to keep it close. But I just don't know how close it's going to be. But in terms of upsets, I'll just look at that Rams-Eagles game just because we know how the Eagles have been up and down all season. And it seems like the Rams are butting up. And so they could easily fall behind by 10 points. And now it's like, have the Eagles had to come from behind like this. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing too with the Eagles. Like, let's not forget about how slow they be starting. They have been starting slow. So
yeah, that's true.
That's definitely gonna be something to look out for. But as far as upsets, I'm looking at that Commanders Lions game. If Jayden can show up and show out on the road, like it might get tricky. Like we said, the Lions got a lot of injuries on the defensive side. If that offense is not clicking on all cylinders for the Lions, hey, let Jayden hang around. Don't let him hang around because he showed what he can do all season and in the playoffs already. If you let him hang around, so I'm looking at that Commanders Lions game for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna say it like this. A couple weeks ago, we had a quote on the pod, man, and Collin just brought it up. Funny enough, he mentioned the story, man, and I'm gonna use his own quote against him. If I wanted to see a good story, bro, I turn on my Netflix account and watch a good movie. This is gonna be a grown man game, man. This has always been a grown man game. It's gonna continue to be a grown man game, and I don't see any intriguing matchups this week outside of the Baltimore and Buffalo game. I think the rest of these games are gonna be we're grown men. We at the house. And we'll take care of business. That's how I think it's gonna be. Now somebody could prove me wrong, just like they did last week. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. Man, what a divisional round we got set up this weekend. Y'all have any lasting thoughts, man, before we kind of wrap it up for the evening?
I'm excited, man.
Man.
Like we said, instant reaction Sunday night.
Yeah,
we'll tap in. Win or lose.
Sunday
night. Win or lose for the Ravens. Win or lose for the Bills. Hey, we coming with it.
Sunday night.
And be aware of the goalpost moving.
Hey, I'm carrying it. I'm carrying it.
Get caught in 4K. Be aware of the hate.
You got the opening rant. So at the end of the day, you can call us up. But I want you to have the same energy you had today. If the Ravens lose, I need you to come with that energy. We talking about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm coming on fire Sunday. Listen, I'm gonna get up, I'm going to church, I'm gonna pray, I'm gonna read my word. I've been fasting. We're gonna watch this game, and I'm gonna come here Sunday night on fire. Oh man, I can't wait. We got big matchups this weekend, man. Listen, we are here at the Winning Shot Pod, man. First of all, we appreciate y'all for always tuning in with us. We appreciate y'all, the love, the support, sharing it with your family, sharing it with your friends. We keep hearing about it. We hear about it in group chats. We hear about it in phone calls. We hear about it on social media. Man, we appreciate it. We love y'all and keep tapping in with us. We're going to keep producing this content. Once again, We don't talk about just football. This is just the playoffs right now. So this is just our biggest topic. However, we still do talk about other things. So listen, you want to listen to us talk about women's college basketball? We got you. We're going to talk about some NBA once that heat up some more. We got you. Hundo loves MLB, so we might even get some MLB talk later on in the year. We still got you. March Madness, it is the new year now, so we'll be here in 2 months for March Madness. We know Collin will have something to say around that time, so we got you. Here's the Winning Shot Pod, man. We handle all things sports. So please continue to tap in with us, like, comment, subscribe, share, and listen. I'm going to see y'all Sunday night. God bless y'all, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace.